Let's talk about split fiction. Let me pull this up.
I
And
feel like every time you say it, you're about to have a lisp.
yeah, split fiction. What are you talking about?
Split fiction. It's not like you're about
I
to
didn't
say.
say that. I didn't say that.
It's not like you're about to, though.
Yeah. All right. So I saw a lot of social media posts, a lot of people going into this game because there's two girls in it. You play as two girls. All right. Let me kind of summarize the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like It Takes Two, right? I mean, you got this co-op, right? But you're experiencing different things. Each player is experiencing different level design as you're playing the game, but you have to do it together, as you see in the photo right there. But it's just one of those games that, I mean, like the last game they had, what was it? It's just like you working together with another player, and like It Takes Two is really fun. It was a really fun game. But anyway, so split fiction, people online are calling this game woke for having, I guess, I don't know what the reason is, if they
There
know
is no
something we
reason.
don't, but
No,
because I guess there's two female leads
I
in the
don't get it.
game.
I don't get it, man. Like you can't.
I don't know. But anyway, so the, the game, like the game itself, it shows their, I guess, I would say they form a bond through the game as you're playing the game, and towards the end, that bond is, becomes even tighter. You
Mm-hmm.
can put, I guess, the ending. You can think however you want to. If you want this game to be woke, you can make up your own things of them having a lesbian relationship after the game ends. You could say that,
Well,
but they
you could pretty
don't
much
in
do
the
that.
game.
You can pretty much do that
They
about any
they
game,
are
though.
they're friends in the game,
Yeah.
and they form a deep friendship bond in the game. But for some reason, that can be perceived as, oh, well, but after you beat the game, they become lesbians. No, they don't. You don't know that. It's not in the game. They don't become lesbians in the game. So what are you talking about? It's not forced. Nothing ideological is forced in your fucking brain playing this game.
You can do that with any game, though. I could sit there and say, well, Samus Aran, I've never seen her with a guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
she probably likes to scissor women.
But this is another thing. The game director. Let's talk about the game director. All right. So he actually came out recently with a statement calling out the woke crap.
I know, man. Jeez, man.
I do want to play that real quick.
Yeah, play it.
So let's go to our bookmarks and play this real quick. All right. Let me know when you see the screen, Grant. Let me close this image. And
this
share.
by the way, this got fantastic reviews.
Yeah, it did. All right, you see that?
Yeah.
Another feminism propaganda. So what is this? I guess that somebody are reacting that there are two women. Let me say this. In Brothers, there were two guys. In A Way Out, there were two guys. In It Takes Two, there were one guy, one woman. And now there are two girls and everybody's complaining. Come on, man. I mean, let's face it, man. And it's also like based on my daughters. I don't care what you have between your legs. That's totally not interesting for me. Good characters is what's important.
That's it. What's wrong with that? There you go.
All right. So let's talk about this guy, the director, Joseph Fares. So you just saw his reaction, kind of calling out people. I mean, again, the game, there's nothing in the game that's woke at all.
No.
You can perceive something woke if you make up stuff, what you think their relationship goes after the end of the game.
That's true.
If they're friends or if they become lovers, okay? That's up to you, how you want to perceive an ending that you don't see in the game for, okay? All right, anyway. So like he said, like 90% of his damn games, dude, are, basically two people, right?
Yeah.
They're co-op. And think about this. Like, you only have to buy one copy to play with a friend. It's not like online multiplayer co-op that you have to buy two copies. You buy one copy, I can sit there and play with my daughter.
Yeah.
Which we're actually about to play this game tonight, probably.
That's cool.
He has a game of the year. One of his games, when he got game of the year, it was about fixing a broken marriage. So it's about family, a lot of family value stuff in one of his games, like
Oh my
fixing a
God.
marriage.
No.
And during his speech for the what was it, the receiving the award, right, for
Mhm.
Game of the Year, he told people to marry and reproduce.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is who this guy is. And then
You know who heard that, right? Elon
Yeah.
Musk took that and ran with it.
This guy even went on camera and everything and told the Oscars to go fuck themselves.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't understand.
Where he perceived that this game is woke because of where your mind has been in the gutter for a while, just making up shit, calling things woke when it's something that you might not like in a game, like having two women playing as two women. Well, guess what? You're probably not going to like Tides of Annihilation because the woman in the game is the character in the game is a female. He plays a female protagonist. Then you just might not like playing a female character. Okay, whatever. But that's not the point of playing. You play these games co-op to have fun with a friend, a family member, and that's what all his games are about. And they're fun. And that's like another good thing about these games. They bring you closer to someone.
Yeah.
Like I like playing video games with my teenage daughter because we can play the game and talk about stuff, and we're spending more time with each other.
You can bond
instead of them being in their damn rooms just watching anime or whatever with no interaction with their father.
Yeah.
But this is just another tool that you can use with your kids or whatever. You can say, "Oh well, why do you let your kids play video games? They like video games. It's 2025. They're going to play video games."
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, the game's not woke. So stop calling it fucking woke on social media. It's tiresome. It's stupid.
Okay, so let me just say this again. Let me just define what woke is. So let's just take this game for example. Okay, guys, this is what would be if this game was woke. Please follow along. Let's say these two were lovers. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake they were. Yeah. And if they had all these pronouns and they called each other by their pronouns, and you didn't have a choice to get around all that because you didn't want all that.
Yeah.
That's woke. If they did a bunch of sexual stuff and you didn't want to see it, but you had to watch it and you had to experience it, that's woke.
Yes.
So things like that, things where there's no choice. Now, here's the thing is, let's just say it had all that stuff in it and you did have a choice. Not woke because you have a choice. We have gotten to the point to where, and I've seen it. It's been brewing for a long time. The battlegrounds, the battle lines have been drawn. Right, you have soldiers. I would actually say that me and you are more middle centrist. You know what I mean? Like I would say we call it out on both sides. You know what I'm saying? We're not afraid to call it out on both sides. Like if one side's wrong or the other side, we say something about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider ourselves just super anti-woke people, nor are we, we're definitely not woke people, but we're definitely not like super anti-woke. We're just kind of like, we look at everything with both eyes and make our judgments from there. I think there's a lot of people who don't do that on both sides. And then you have people who do this, who just want to be a part of the battle, who just want to choose a side, and they think this is how they go about it. Like this is, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the person who joins the war and just grabs the gun, has no training, just has the gun and just goes out there and starts shooting. Like that's what we're dealing with here. That people who do this. And when people have to get off have to stop what they're doing in their daily lives and have to make a video to explain themselves like this, it's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Like you can tell pretty quickly what a game's going to be like beforehand, most of the time. And when you look at certain aspects of things, you should look deeper, because we've already said this, and you've said this. Dragon Age wouldn't have been a woke game had it not been for Tosh. It would have been just a decent game. It'd have been a good game, you know.
And some of the character creator stuff that
Well,
you
yeah,
kind of added later.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, as the characters themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, the thing about it is like, so whenever you get to that point, you have to. People need to really start looking at these things and diving deep into them before they just come out with, and stop following everybody who says it's woke. Because not here's the thing is, not everybody's always going to be correct. Like you got to watch who you're just blindly following. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But like I would go back to like, the character creator of Dragon Age. Yeah, you have choices. You make your choice and you create your own character. But having top surgery scars in
Yeah,
a
exactly.
fantasy game is overboard and it's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like here's the thing is, and before people say, well, that's a choice. Well, it doesn't need to be there. Like that's stupid.
This is where I'm getting at with that. If you want to have top surgery scars, top surgery, okay, they surgically removed the breast,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in a character creator in a fantasy world. Well, then you can have breast implants.
No, but you're a gooner at that point.
Well, no. I mean,
no, I know.
if you can do that, if you
Exactly.
can do that in a fantasy world and they chose to have it in their fantasy world as a part of your character creator, then you can have the other thing.
Correct.
And
But
if they had the other thing, then I'd be like, okay, if that's what you want your fantasy world to be like, let's be fair all around.
Yeah.
Don't just try to inject something like that and think that you're, well, in this fantasy world, they can remove their breasts, but you can't have breast augmentations. Well, yeah.
There's no such thing. Well, there was no such thing as top surgery either.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, Tosh, I mean, yeah, I don't want to go down that road. Fucking makes me mad.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, so
that
long
game.
story short, like, you gotta give game. I mean, you can look at games and tell if it's going to be shit or not most of the times. But for the games that you don't know about, like, and here's the thing is, like, if a game gets a high score, me and Ed are the first ones to kind of dive deep into it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're wrong, sometimes they're right. You know, Monster Hunter Wilds knew they were going to be right. The game looked great from the beginning. What was that, Lord?
What's up?
What was that? I saw was a big chin, a big neck, or something. I don't know what that was.